The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough, join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Burb's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh please, the puppies need me. Oh please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.
Hello, Sofa Squad. How is everybody doing? What's going on out there now? If y'all could drop a number 1 in the comment section, that way I know you can hear me. It's not just me. Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, Sandy. Hello, Nani. Hello, Tori. Hello, Carly. Hello, Jenny. Hello, Emily. Hello, Tux. Hello, Pamela. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everyone's just had a lovely little week so far. Thank y'all for the ones. Thank you to all the mods for being here. Y'all help make this so y'all do keep the cushions fluffed and all that going. And okay, there we go. Sorry. Of course, my email blows up the second we start going live. But I appreciate y'all very much. Hey Jennifer, what's going on? Hey Kim. Okay, now y'all, I am hooked on this, and let me see where it goes. So when you see the crowns on people's names, so YouTube started doing this thing of the leadership board, I think it's called. It changes each live stream. And so the top 3 get the little crowns next to their name. I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, it's commenting and stuff like that. The Nightbot's on number 8 right now. I love narrating it. Like, we've got Tux in at number 1. Nani Ann's coming in at a strong 2nd, pulling up the lead. There's only me. I mean, that's so much fun, y'all. Oh my gosh. I was wondering when they were going to do it. So that's what that is. So if you have the crown next to your name, claim your crown, okay? But anyways, so y'all, we're going to be watching. I didn't get a chance to watch it yesterday or whatever it was, Monday, whenever it came out. So I was like, I'm just going to watch it with y'all. And that's what we're going to do is we're going to watch Stephan Stern's latest hearing. Hey, John, how's it going? I know it is giving Twitch vibes, right? It's interesting how, like, more caught up YouTube, StreamYards, all these people or platforms are becoming, I think, out of necessity. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, Stephanie, the crowns are, and welcome, I hope you're doing well. The crowns are the leadership board. So if you click them, you can see who's like number 1, 2, 3. It's like 1 through 10. But the top 3 get the little number crown next to their name or whatever. So there's that. And yeah, hey, RJB. Yep. So jury selection starts next week. If, willing, right? We'll be streaming it. That's that. We'll be watching how this show goes down. I just can't imagine. Let me get a sip of my coffee. Please hold. Okay, sorry. There's something else I wanted to tell you on. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I'm going to post it maybe tonight. Saturday morning, we're going to do the members book club for last month's selection. I still haven't gotten around to doing the thing for it. It's just been so crazy. But today I was sitting here making the thumbnail for it, and then stuff got going. I haven't posted it yet. If you're a channel member or a Patreon, you'll get you're just part of it. So you can basically just come and we'll kind of talk about the book or whatever. And it ends up just kind of being a little casual members chat. So that's it. So I've got this pulled up over here. As soon as I find it again. Now, once I start playing it, y'all, just drop a number 1 to let me know that you can hear them talking. Please, I appreciate it. Shibby-dibby-doo. Hey, Naomi. Yeah, and Amanda says, and how are you doing, Amanda? Oh, that's what I was going to tell y'all. Okay, so Amanda says she watched live. The sound was terrible. Yes, the sound is terrible on this, y'all. So just brace yourselves, okay? A lot of this, they kind of walk away from it. Now, I was thinking because of the way that I was watching it, I wasn't watching with earbuds in. Basically, what I'm getting at is if you have earbuds, you might want to watch it with earbuds in. Because from what I saw, just watching it regularly, the little bits that I did, and I haven't watched all of it because I wanted to mainly save it, obviously save it here to watch with y'all. But I was like, this is bad. So just know that, okay? Okay, so today, I'm in Greensboro right now. I went to Harris Teeter and a lady stopped. She's like, I recognize you. And I was like, oh, what, from the true crime? She's like, yes. She was like, oh my goodness. She was so sweet. And she brought her husband over or whatever. And I think she remembered me from a Lori Daybell video or whatever. But then I was thinking, I didn't have nothing embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't buying nothing, bad. But I was like, wouldn't that be funny if it was like, I was like doing or like buying something embarrassing or doing something where like somebody was like, yeah, I met Paul. I ran into him at Harris Teeter. It's so weird. He was eating some Vienna sausages on aisle 4. He just opened them up and he actually had some beanie weenies, like a can of the cold beans. He was just eating those, right? And then he went up to the cash register and was like, yeah, I just ate $10 worth of food. Here's an empty product. So if you ever do that, you have to make that story up. He was just eating cold hot dogs on the meat aisle. Oh, yeah, right. Justice says, so now just randomly check out with duct tape quote. Wouldn't that be funny if that's what I had in my car? Nothing to look at here. If it was at Walmart. Anytime I go to Walmart, I should put those items in my cart just in case I run into somebody. Can you imagine? Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my God. Just doing my little weekly shopping. Nothing odd here. Okay, so hey Shirley, how's that going? Hey Dawn. Mama Peach, that's up. Okay, hey Chris. Okay, so here we go. I got it up. Yeah, would be smart. I would do the same when I'm hungry. Right? Literally. Well, now they have it at the grocery stores. You can drink at the bar and do all sorts of things, right? So it's like, hey, have at it. And they were turned up in the Harris Teeter near where I live the other day. I mean, it was like a thing. And I was just like, I can't wrap my mind around it. The grocery store is the last place I should be ever allowed to get drunk, right? I would literally, that's when you would be like, yeah, I saw Paul on aisle 4. He had, I think he was passed out. He had like a half-eaten can of like beanie weenies. It looked like he'd actually gnawed the can open. They were spilled down his shirt. He was slumped over the cart. I don't know what to say about that. That would 100% be legit at that point. Okay. That would 100% be legit. Some like chocolate ice cream, like all spilled in the thing or whatever. Oh, that's awesome, West Point. Congratulations to him. Tell him kudos. That's amazing. Yes, Shirley says Sally puked in aisle 5. It would be on with me. Yeah, and that's what I do. I then just, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, face down. Brenda says, Paul, face down the Dolly Parton cheesecake. Oh, I would take that. That'd be the first section I took out. First section, right? Period. End of story. they'd be like, look, I don't know what this one did. I don't know what y'all served him in that bar. First of all, Dolly Parton section, it's done. Okay. It's just clean up on aisle 5, right? And Emily, welcome back. I hope you had a great time. It looks like you had an amazing time in Nashville. Emily did a very big trip. She had a blast. It just looked like so much fun. Okay, so, and Derek sent me a picture of a new Dolly Parton thing. It was almost like a warm-up thing, like food. Deb says, my son lives in Greensboro. It's 30 minutes from me. I love, this is wonderful here. I've never come and stayed and looked at it through the lens of like, what would it be like to live here? And this has been great. This is wonderful. It's such a cute town. I mean, it's an hour away from where I live. It's not like I've traveled state to state, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm being dramatic. So here we go. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Yeah, he's doing as best as they can be. So his dad's hanging in there. They were able to get his dad a hospital bed so that he's more comfortable and not on the sofa and all that kind of stuff. And I appreciate you asking. I'll let him know. Hey, Jenny, I hope you're doing okay in the car. Okay, so here we go. Just remember either headphones or you just know the volume's going to be funky. And I'm going to make the screen bigger, drop number ones when I start playing it. Okay, here we go.
Taking on the first motion, Alex Johnson for the defense. We'd like to address defendant's motion.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself now.
As to argument for this motion, defense did have pre-marked this morning. I would move into evidence as one what's been pre-marked today. A copy of the Osceola News Gazette that was present in the lobby this morning, which directly addresses the Stephan trial that began July 22nd. The front page in the newspaper.
State has no position here.
Thanks. We received the defense one for purposes of this.
So as to this motion, with the recent denial of the motion to continue, the trial is set to begin next week in this courtroom. And as jurors, potential jurors and jurors that are selected in the trial walk into the courthouse, right in front of security or right beyond security is a slew of newspapers, including newspapers like the Osceola News Gazette, which every time we've had court appearance, Stephan Stearns has appeared on the front page of the newspaper, and the newspapers constantly indicate that there's both a sex case that is currently pending, which is what we're here for this morning, as well as a capital murder. So defense is requesting that just during the pendency of the trial, not ongoing standing order going forward, that we remove these papers so that way jurors as they come in and go about the courthouse.
Right, the state takes no position. I have confirmed with jury services that jury services do not provide newspapers to potential jurors. Court always has to be careful balancing the right to free press and the right to open and fair jury trials. I do find that should there be newspapers available where the jurors can you give me some guidance as to where this table is downstairs? Is it over by the employee area? Is it where the general public would come in?
It's where the general public comes in. It's so if you're looking at the first floor, there's the area where you go to the elevators, and then there's the mirror there.
Yes.
It's the table's right in front of that.
Progress screens.
Yeah, exactly.
I have inquired as to our court administration who provides the newspapers. I think that's a county function. We have proactively reached out to the county to see if we could suspend the delivery of newspapers during the jury selection process and throughout the trial. So your motion is preliminarily granted. The court will direct parties that provide the newspapers not to do so during the jury selection and trial process. Smith?
Yes, Judge. Defense's would next like to proceed on the defense's motion to order all media to adhere to the rules of judicial administration and administrative order. Essentially, Judge, defense is asking, according to, as the rules require, that the media, and since defense is on the left side of this courtroom, and the media is positioned directly behind us, their cameras intentionally and inadvertently, I'm not saying that they're doing it intentionally, it's focused on counsel's table in order to get through the Mr. Services of that nature. So in positioning, counsel's computer screens are in view of the media. So defense is requesting that the media not be allowed to look at, zoom in on, or otherwise project essentially onto counsel's table because of work product and attorney-client confidentiality. I understand that attorney-client confidentiality, we have to essentially affirmatively attempt to protect it. And when you have communications, we do mute the mic. However, because the table is so large and spacing, it's just asking the media not be ordered, not be allowed to zoom in on our computers or our computer screens. Under the administrative order, it says that communications between attorneys and their clients, between counsel and co-counsel, or anything that's held at the bench is required not to be reported or broadcasted. So defense's position that anything that is occurring essentially at counsel's table in terms of notes, whether that be handwritten notes or computer screen notes, not be looked at. The defense has taken affirmative steps to have a privacy screen and additionally dimming the lighting on the laptops. However, even with that, it still is doable for the media, and sitting in court with dim screens and dark lights for multiple hours is going to cause headaches, but also to protect not only Mr. Stern's confidentiality, but potential other clients' information who we're working on while we're in court. The media not allowed to look at, zoom in on computers or counsel's
The state doesn't have a position. However, I think if the court is going to issue an order, it needs to be everybody in the courtroom, not just specifically media.
Are you saying to the state as well, in terms of media personnel, or anyone not being able to look?
There's a lot of amateur media people that will cover this trial, and they use phones, from my experience in other high-profile trials. So the order should be broad enough that it covers everybody in the courtroom, perhaps even an order that people in the gallery should not be allowed to have their phones out during the trial. Yeah. Sometimes they need daily reminders. Sometimes they need multiple daily reminders, but they also focus on the state's computer, and we are obviously against that for the same reasons.
All right, our relationship with the media has been a good one. They're an essential community partner, and as I said, the court's going to strive to ensure that this is both an open trial and a fair trial. The days of passing notes back and forth are behind us. A little experience working with each of the attorneys here. I know that your coordination with witnesses, with each other, with presentation, with evidence, computerized. We'll expect that the media will comply with Florida Rule of Judicial Administration 2.450, as well as our Administrative Order 2023-23. That order is fairly specific under subsection 2B, indicates that representatives may not cover sidebar or bench conferences, no recordings of conferences or information that occurs between attorneys and clients, between co-counsel, between counsel and the presiding judge of the bench. I've done several trials where the media was involved. The only violations of 2.450 in our administrative order, in my opinion, have been inadvertent. Those inadvertent issues were when the camera operator perhaps went to a wide shot that included faces of the jurors during the trial, or there was a microphone that was inadvertently picking up communications through the microphones at the counsel table after the microphones had been apparently muted by the attorneys. These are technical issues. We have a technical team here that the media is absolutely welcome to coordinate with. The administrative rule gives the media an opportunity to meet with our court administration if they have any questions about what the court's expectations will be. The court will expect that media representatives will be credentialed pursuant to the rule. Non-credentialed members will not be permitted to have out cell phones as members of the general public. So I see no issue with the defense's request to have the media comply with the rules that are already in place. And the motion is granted. If representative of the media have specific questions, they may contact my office. I will direct them to our administration personnel, provide a copy of the administrative rule, which I'm sure they are most familiar, and judicial rule, which judicial administration is most familiar. So the court will expect that that will be scrupulously followed in an effort not to impede fairness of these proceedings.
And then the last one.
State, you anticipate presenting any witnesses in support of restraints?
The state just has one.
All right, thank you.
Deputy Richard Rosario.
Thank you.
He solemnly swear or
Yep.
Good morning. Will you spell your first and last name for the record?
Yes, Ricardo, R-I-C-A-R-D-O. Last name is Rosario, R-O-S-A-R-I-O.
How long have you been employed as a court deputy?
Since March of 2017.
And is your primary assignment to this courtroom that we're actually in right now?
Yes.
Are there policies in place for the use of any type of restraints during a felony criminal trial for an accused?
That's correct.
And how many felony criminal trials have you participated in as a court deputy?
Numerous countless, I can't remember how many.
That's fair. What type of devices or restraints are available that would be out of the view of members of the jury?
So each courtroom has two, one device is kept downstairs on the first floor, which is a stun cuff. And in the courtrooms, we have a leg brace.
How is a leg brace utilized by court deputies during the pendency of a criminal trial?
So a leg brace is essentially a long bar. It has 4 straps. In the center, there's a tab that you can pull so the person can sit down. Otherwise, the bar won't bend. So basically what happens is when the person sits, it bends, but when they stand up, it just locks and prevents the person to run away. They would have to essentially hop away because that leg is stiff.
What is the purpose? Let me ask you this. Are there any safety concerns for you as a court deputy in this courtroom should a accused during a criminal trial not be equipped with such a thing as a leg brace?
That's correct. So when any inmate is brought over to the courthouse, they're in restraints, handcuffs, and leg chains. When they're brought over for a trial, they are dressed out in proper attire, suit, And at that point, they're in the custody of the sheriff's office, and we have to maintain a level of safety and security for the inmate and as well for everybody else in the courtroom. So that's the reason why we utilize those restraints.
Is there limited staff here at the courthouse for the sheriff's office?
Yeah, so in a perfect day, the felony courtrooms would have 3 deputies. Misdemeanor courtroom would have 2, and civil would have 1. But due to staffing, sometimes people take off or they're sick, and there's it creates a safety hazard if we're running a high-profile felony case with just 2 deputies. So hence the reason why we use also the device.
Is this device something that is visible to anybody that is looking at the outer appearance of an inmate that's wearing it?
No,
Is this device something that delivers a shock or pulse of electricity or anything like that?
that's correct.
It does or it does not?
It does.
It does. When does that happen?
So if I may, I have the device in front of me.
Would utilizing the device assist you in explaining how it operates?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
So essentially, this is a stun cuff that's wrapped around a inmate's ankle and is tucked away under the clothing. There are 2 metal pieces here that is close to the subject's skin, and the strap is placed accordingly and wrapped not tightly but snug that it won't fall off. The remote is this right here, which is kept at all times with a deputy within the courtroom. Nobody knows who has it. It's hidden discreetly. No one sees it. To activate this it's a 2-step process. There's on, and then there's fire. So the device won't accidentally fire on itself. It has to have a 2-step button to fire the device.
And the device isn't triggered by movements of an individual or anything like that either?
That's correct.
And is this something that is utilized by court staff in addition to the leg brace that you described?
It's one or the other.
So there's 2 options that are potentially available to court deputies depending on the scenario.
Correct.
And both of these options are outside the view of anybody that is looking at the outer appearance of an individual, as long as they're wearing pants.
Correct. So when we put these devices on the inmate that's scheduled for trial, it's out of the view of the public. It's out of the view of the jurors. No one knows that the person set for trial has it on.
And let's talk a little bit about writing utensils. If there is an inmate present in court, are they given a writing utensil?
Yes, they do. They get a flexible pen.
And those flexible pens are made available by court staff to individuals that are participating in the criminal trial process?
Yeah.
And what is the purpose of court deputies providing that specific type of writing utensil?
Essentially, the pen, it does write well, but is used sort of for a safety purpose in the event that the inmate would like to use it sort of as a weapon. The pen is designed to fold and flex, as opposed to another pen or a big pen or a metal pen that can actually be used as a more deadly device.
It's a safety concern for court deputies.
Yes.
Can I just have a moment?
Of course.
For the purposes of this trial next week, what is the type of restraint that court staff deemed is appropriate for this?
We will be utilizing the stun cuff, and actually this is a newer version. The older version is a much bigger broader box. This one is a newer one. So we'll be using this one right here.
Thank you. Defense?
Good morning, deputies.
Good morning.
Now, you talked about the number of deputy or court personnel typically kind of staffed in the courtroom. Are you aware of what arrangements, if any, have been made in terms of staffing for this trial?
None yet.
So you don't know how many deputies potentially would be or won't be in the courtroom?
That's a question above my pay grade. So I just will have to figure that one out.
Understood. Now, you talked about two different devices and you indicated the stun cuff is the intention in this case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that because that's generally what's used in this courtroom or because of what?
99.99% of the time, we always use stun cuff.
So I want to talk a little bit about the leg brace since you did talk about that. Now this leg brace, this is a longer device. Like it's not as small as the stun cuff, correct?
Right. It's essentially a metal bar. It's pretty long and it has 4 straps.
And to your knowledge, is that comfortable or uncomfortable?
I would say rather a bit more cumbersome because it's strapped alongside the leg of the person. And if they stretch their leg, it'll snap shut.
So essentially normal movements could cause it to lock up.
Yeah, as soon as the person stands up, it will lock.
And then the stun cuff, I know you talked about this being a smaller apparatus that goes typically closer to the ankle, correct?
Correct.
And depending on the type of pants or clothing that is worn by the person, that could affect the visibility of the item.
Yes. So normally male inmates will always have long pants and the cuffs go right around it, so you really can't see it.
But the pants legs would have to be wide enough to kind of flow and fall over so it wouldn't be visible, correct?
Yes, and we always apply to the right leg, which is furthest away from the jurors.
And typically when sitting down, your pants often rise, generally speaking, correct?
Yes,
And so if the pants are shorter, then the stun cuff at that point would be visible likely?
possibly.
And those straps, I know we saw kind of like the strap that goes around. Where does the extra, so to speak, of that tuck in, or does it tuck in somewhere?
So when you apply this apparatus, it wraps around and then the strap goes through here, so it holds it down.
So similar to a belt, you know how when you use a belt and you have the extra, where would you tuck in, or where does that extra strap go?
It just remains there and it just folds in.
So would it be secured or would it be kind of sticking out?
Just stick it out right. I mean, you would really have to look for it to find it.
Now, you talked about the two-step process with that remote for the stun cuff. I believe you said it was an on and a fire, correct? So does that mean that once the stun cuff is applied, it's typically automatically in that on position, and then you just have to go to step 2 or something else?
Well, the apparatus is turned on, so it's always going to be on. But to fire it, you have to press the on button again and then press fire.
Okay. And those 2 buttons are, I don't want to assume, are they next to each other on the remote? Or are they 2 different areas of the remote?
Yeah, so the on, then you would have to switch over to fire.
So one side is on and one side is fire?
Right.
And I believe you said that typically one deputy has it, maybe between the 3 of you or 2 of you, depending on how many are in here. You guys would know, but none of the other court
Nobody
personnel.
knows who has it.
Just the person who has it, I assume?
Yes,
So you would know that you don't have it, and so if it's only 2 of you, by process of elimination, the other person would have it.
correct. So essentially, when we do a courtroom operation, each deputy has an assignment. One is for the inmate, one is for the jurors, and one is for security of everybody else.
Now let's talk about the writing utensil. You talked about this flex pen or the flexi pen, about how it's designed to collapse in on itself. Now this pen still does have a normal point, like that a ballpoint pen would have, correct?
Right.
Would the utilization of, say, a felt pen be something that would potentially not be a safety measure?
Well, we're not really concerned about the tip of the pen. We're concerned more of the body of the pen. It's a more firm structure to be used as a stabbing type weapon.
And with, are you familiar with felt pens? Okay. Now with those, typically that point, it's soft, correct?
Yes.
And with the flexi pens, and even with the stun cuff, those are only utilized for people who are in custody, correct? If an inmate who wasn't in custody was sitting at counsel table, he wouldn't have to have on, or she would not have to have on a stun cuff or a leg brace, correct?
Right.
And writing utensil, if a person was out of custody, they also would not have to use a flexi pen, correct?
We normally give them flex.
Even a person who's out of custody?
Yes.
In terms of, I know you talked a lot about safety. Are you aware of any attempted escapes or anything like that for Mr. Stearns?
Of Mr. Stearns or any other inmate?
Mr. Stearns specifically?
No.
Can I have a moment, Judge?
Incoming Paul voice. Incoming Paul voice. Yeah, Jenny, I like this. The Stundies. That's a good one. I mean, they are going over so many questions, y'all.
Had any defendants complain about the comfort of the stun cuff or the leg brace?
No, so essentially, if the stun cuff, we put it not too tight, so it doesn't impede with blood flow or anything, or potentially injury, but it is placed snug, so this way it won't slip out. So, but we've not had complaints.
So no one's ever complained about like itching or discomfort or rubbing?
No.
What about with the leg brace?
I've not had much use of the leg brace. So the leg brace, to be clear, is if the courthouse has a number of jury trials of that day, and these stun cuffs are placed in the chargers respectively downstairs in our office, and whoever gets there first just grabs them, then we just have to go to the leg brace because there's no more stun cuffs.
Okay. And do you know how many stun cuffs the sheriff's office has in terms of within the courthouse?
Well, I believe we have 4.
And I know you mentioned staffing and things like that haven't been addressed there, so you're not necessarily sure of the logistics of what potential other trials might be needing them.
So normally with big high-profile cases, there's a meeting with the judge, or jury services, and sometimes our supervisors will be there just for logistics.
But I believe you had said that at this point, you're not sure if it's happened or you weren't a party to it.
Exactly. I have no knowledge of anything.
And then one more moment, Judge.
Yeah, it's always crazy to listen to how much care, and I mean, I get that they have to do that, like with the, it's going to be uncomfortable.
Escape attempts or anything like that. Are you aware of any violent outbursts or any propensity for violence that Mr. Stearns has demonstrated during the course of his incarceration?
No, he's been quite compliant with everything we tell him to do, as far as just remain seated and come this way and sit down. He's not giving us a problem yet.
No further questions, Judge.
But like I said, he never gave.
Additional witnesses or evidence? Thank you. Defense argument?
Yes, Judge. Defense in this case is asking that Mr. Stearns be free of the either use of the leg brace or the stun cuff, and we're also asking for the use of a regular writing in this case.
Why? Why do you care what writing intensely?
Judge, in prior experience, the flexi pens, they often skip, they often don't have ink, or they don't write well. So when a time is to communicate, especially in not using the microphone, so they counsel get questions that are being asked, having a utensil that writes and functions easily and freely, as opposed to having to stop, well, not necessarily stop the proceedings, but trying to get a deputy's attention to get us another flex pen, while we're also trying to watch what is being presented, listen for objections or making necessary objections. Essentially, it's a distraction if we're having to make sure that his pen is working and he's able to communicate with us, or being able to read it if it's skipping, so we're trying to figure out essentially what are the holes in the bubbles of what he's writing. Generally speaking, the flexi pens in the past haven't been the best. And I understand, kind of like a regular pen, you grab one out of the box, if it works good, it works good. So we're asking for like a felt tip, and I understand the deputy's testimony in terms of the safety concern. It's the defense's position that we took a felt tip pen, being it's a soft tip, it's essentially a marker. We would give it to him without the cap, would be sufficient. He would be able to write and communicate with us easily and effortlessly without having to worry about him stopping or not working and things of that nature. So we're asking for the use of a regular writing utensil as opposed to a felt tip pen to utilize. And then in terms of the restraints, again, we're asking for Mr. Stearns to be free of physical restraint. I understand the policy of the sheriff's office and things of that nature. However, it's across the board. There's been no testimony of any escape attempts, any propensity for violence during the course of incarceration. However, the deputy actually testified to the opposite, that he's compliant, that he listens, follows directions, does what it is that it's asked. So, and I understand the staffing issue. However, at this point, they're not aware of the number of deputies that will or won't be informed anyways. So the defense is asking that Mr. Stearns be free of physical restraints. Because if he was out of custody in this case, he would not have physical restraints. I know the deputy testified that typically people who are out of custody also use flex pens. That hasn't generally been my experience in this courtroom, but that could have changed since the last time I've done a trial here in this courtroom. The defense is asking that Mr. Stearns be free of physical restraint.
Yes, Your Honor, the state provided testimony through Deputy Rosario, who testified as to what type of restraint would be used for this trial should the court deny the motion. The process of utilizing that stun cuff. Also, he testified as to any potential safety concerns with this being a felony criminal trial, and also any safety concerns with the type of writing provided. The state would request that the court deny the motion.
Can I see one of the safety points? Do we have one?
How is the judge looking at this with a straight face?
All right, for purposes of the record, I'm holding one of the safety pens. They basically the internal tube that has the ink in it, and surrounded by a clear rubber tube. Fairly flexible. also about 3 inches long. Look essentially different than the writing instruments that the attorneys would be using. All right, we're not, on the traffic motion, we're not in uncharted territory. There's some case law that applies to this case. Weaver v. State, 894 second 178. That's a Supreme Court case from 2004. In that case, there was a defendant that was charged with serious crime. In the appeal, they took issue with the electronic restraining device, a belt in that case. In that case, the defense cited United States v. Durham, it's 287, Federal 3rd, 1297, 11th Circuit, 2002 case. In that case, the 11th Circuit indicated that a stun belt poses a greater threat to the dignity of the courtroom than shackles. That was based on a potential that it is reasonable to assume that much of a defendant's focus and attention when wearing a stun belt is occupied by anxiety over a possible triggering of the belt. Interestingly, in that case, there was an accidental discharge of the stun belt that occurred outside of the presence of the jury. The Supreme Court in that case found that the judge's discretion in exercising of the discretion to wear a stun belt was warranted. However, in that case, the defendant was pro se and was permitted freedom of movement about the courtroom. So the court in the Weaver case surmised that there was no lesser alternatives other than the stun belt to allow freedom of movement, as well as accomplishing the concerns, which was a concern regarding escape or proximity to the attorneys, the jury, and the court. In this case, we do have an alternative. The court has never had an accidental discharge of the stun cuff. The court has not before had any indications that the stun cuff was visible to the jury. The court before has never been presented with the argument that a defendant was preoccupied by the wearing of the stun cuff. But in this case, Mr. Stearns will not have freedom of movement in the courtroom. The use of the leg brace, the court as well has never received a complaint about the comfort of a leg brace. Because Mr. Stearns will not have freedom of movement, court's heard no prejudice to the fair trial proceeding to have Mr. Stearns wear a leg brace that would, in the unlikely event that he will not be compliant and stand up and make an effort to exit the courtroom, that would lock and give the resources that are on hand an opportunity to intervene. The court understands that these matters should be considered on a case-by-case basis. The court can see no prejudice. The device will not be visible. The court has not before received a complaint about the comfort of that particular device. And the fact that Mr. Stearns will not be permitted to move about the courtroom anyway, the court can't find that would be prejudicial, and the court finds that a consideration of due to the layout of this courtroom, proximity to the jury, proximity to the exit of the courtroom, and the severity of the allegations and the emotional nature of the surely to be presented that a leg brace is warranted and will be ordered to be implemented while he is present in the courtroom. And we also have a private area that can be outfitted, and I'll address continuing concerns moving forward. That is going to conclude our hearing. Use of the pen. He'll be provided with a felt pen. I'm going to ask that that be specific to Mr. Stearns. That will remain in the courtroom. When he comes and goes, he can have the flex pen in the back if he needs to write notes while we are not present in front of the jury. The court understands the concerns of the deputies, and I sympathize with that. The layout or the construction of the flex pen is different than the construction of ordinary pens. I fear that it may create the question in the mind of the jury as to his incarcerative status. That would be prejudicial. So he'll be provided with a felt pen and just leave it on the table. See, any further?
Just a logistical matter, Your Honor. We are intending to bring a whiteboard or TV for the presentation of evidence next week, so as to protect as much as we can the sensitive nature of the material that we must show to the jury. So logistically, I just wanted to bring it to the court in defense's attention.
Will this be on a card?
Yes. It's on the list.
So what do you need from me? Place to put it?
We can bring it up when we are intending to use it. I just wanted the court to know because I know sometimes the court is going to need to get down to view the evidence. I anticipate that we'll put it over closer to the jury so that the family who is also potentially going to be present will not have view of it, also other individuals.
Understood. Okay, I understand. Evidence is obviously of a sensitive nature and is unlawful in and of itself. I am happy to provide the courtroom on the afternoon, the 21st, if you want to wheel your equipment up and or have your tech folks do so. Gameplay how you would like to present that. The attorneys will obviously have an opportunity to move about the courtroom as they need to observe evidence. Mr. Stearns also has a right to view the evidence being considered against him. So we're going to have to accommodate all of those competing interests to ensure that the jury has an opportunity to review the evidence that the state intends to present. Does the state intend to close the courtroom or request a closure of the courtroom during the presentation of any testimony or evidence?
Your Honor, that is the intention of utilizing the whiteboards that only individuals that have to view the content. We do not have a surviving victim to testify in this case, so I don't know that we necessarily have a right to close the courtroom for any of the proceedings. However, due to the sensitive nature of the material that is going to be presented in the form of actual videos and photos and things, the state intends to utilize the whiteboard in an effort to prevent other individuals that do not need to see that evidence.
Anticipated some of the evidence was multimedia and I didn't know whether that had sound or what the position was going to be.
There are, I believe, 5 counts that are video with sound.
If the state makes a determination that closure of the courtroom is warranted pursuant to statute and victim rights, Marcy's law, I'll ask that's your intention. You present that in writing and we'll address that. Give the defense an opportunity to weigh in on that.
Yes.
Thank you. That's,
I believe those are all the lists.
thank you. But as I said, the court will make itself available for the rest of this week and on Monday for access to the courtroom. If you have specialized concerns, equipment concerns, please be proactive in asking in advance and resolving those issues with court staff prior to jury selection beginning on Tuesday, the 22nd. I'll conclude on hearing. Thank you.
Yes, Judge, we can provide those.
We'll run those, bring them in and let the justice take a look.
This is for her, you were black.
I wonder if the
Color
cops
preference.
say anything on the back.
To you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna put it back.
I like watching them maneuver around the room.
This is and what's not.
Okay. So first of all, so that was WKMG News 6 Click Orlando that we were watching that on. Yeah, the VOD, they need to get something with the VOD. I have never in my life seen in this day and age, what do you call it? Like like police interview, whatever you call that, like when they're in the interview or interrogation room or whatever, like that kind of volume. Did y'all see that? That whole thing? Okay, or the courtroom the courtroom microphone situation. Y'all, I cannot. If Lord help us if we get to the trial, not that this one actually might work. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. That helps. I'm talking super loud probably. I had those things in. I'm actually thinking, I'm like, do we really want to hear this trial, right? The evidence is so bad that they're bringing in a board so that you can basically cover the view of people. And the way he's sitting over there, just, I mean, obviously we only see the back of his head, but I feel like he almost is like enjoying. I'm sitting there like, I can't wait to see how everybody acts when they see what I did. Almost like that, right? Now, I don't know. I'm not a therapist or something like that. But like, why would you take this to trial? Like literally, it's like these are the like this is on the phone. This is the picture. What do we say besides that? He says he wants to see it again. Yeah. Brandon says wants to see it one last time. Y'all, how many questions they asked over the flexi pen? I was like, and then the judge sitting there like, he's like this. He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, it's a pen. Has some plastic around it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I know they have to say that for like the what do you call it? Oh, thanks. I got this from Old Navy. They have the best t-shirts and cheap too, right? Chrissy, it is so good to see you. Oh my goodness gracious. I hope you are doing okay. Oh my gosh, we've been kept up to speed somewhat, but seeing you is it's so good to see you in the chat. I hope that you are well. I hope that you have recovered as best as you can from all that was going on. Yeah, but as much as they were talking about that pen, and then like, okay, we're gonna give them the whatever pen. I get they have to like be a certain way, right? And they have to like, dot our I's and cross our T's and this, that, and the other, but it's just like, it's just, and how much care they're taking into the shock thing. And again, I understand they want to make sure that nothing's going to mess the trial up. Totally get it, right? Totally get it. But like these cases where they go, the defendant wants so much stuff, comfort, this and that. And it's like, were you asking Maddie that when you were doing these things? No, I don't think so, right? And it just goes to show where it's like when the tables are turned in some way, it's like they can't take the heat. You know what I'm saying? They can dish it, but they can't take it. You know what I mean? And that's what's so frustrating about it. Just like I want this and I want that. And what about my rights? And what about this? And what about that? And what about that? And it's just like, why are we concerned about that now? We certainly weren't however long ago with whatever they did, whoever it is we're talking about, right? Oh, Heather, I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen Lillian get. Is that I don't know. Are you Gail? Is that her screen name? Are you talking about like a Sofa Squad? Yeah, Katie Cat said it perfect. Due process. Wait, hold on. Oh, thanks, Peachy Keen, for donating a membership. Where'd you go, Kitty Cat? Kitty Cat says, due process what she's entitled to. Does he deserve it? Heck no, but it's all right. Exactly right. That's exactly. I just can't, y'all. The thousands and thousands of these pictures. Can you imagine sitting there and with the media and all the courtroom people going to be there, right? And those pictures are going to be shown. They might not have offered him a plea deal. I mean, maybe they didn't, right? Because I certainly would have been like, if they were like, we're going to give you 85 years for it, I'd be like, sold, right? Anything to avoid that, right? Anything to avoid that moment. But he also, I mean, we've heard some of the jail phone calls. He knows he's cooked, but he also has a story. And so I'm thinking, even if he was like, okay, so pretend he's like this, like, I know I'm going to prison for a really long time. I know I'm probably not going to get out. Yeah, there's some hopes in A, B, or C, whatever, but I'm going to try and save myself so that maybe I can make it out to where people will see like, oh, you know what? He didn't do this or that. You know, we're not going to try and do prison justice, or you see what I'm saying? Like talk their way out of it, so to speak. So say like for the murder trial coming up. However, this right here, I'm like, there's no, I don't think you can talk your way out of these pictures. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you can talk your way out of that. Now, the murder trial, I think he thinks he can talk his way out of it. He already has tried that, right? Like, he's gaslighting the whole thing about basically, like, you know, she got there's some drugs, whatever he's trying to say. But the pictures are the pictures. Yeah, there's no getting around that. Yeah, I'm still, I 100%. Hold on, Mama says, you want to take a plea. If he takes one, it solidifies the murder case. Oh, you know what? That's a good point. Oh, thanks for being becoming a member, Pamela. Yeah, this right here. Like, yeah. So if it was me in a situation, I would be like this. So, and it's easy to say from the sofa because my first inclination would be this. Oh yeah, hold on, Brenda. When we do that, my first inclination would be like, if I was in the situation, I would literally be like, just go ahead, take me out back, right? Like this is a wrap. It's not going to happen. Let's just get this done with. But the human need to continue and survive and live is very powerful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wait, hold on. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're going to do a poll real quick. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, this is that same prosecutor. You feel like they're working with the prosecutor, who the parents? Yeah, I've heard back because remember, like I don't know, like a week ago or something, like it came out where there's these rumblings in the internet rumor world or YouTube true crime world, whatever you want to call it, of he was going to take a plea deal and something about the parents. And I didn't hear all of it. I saw some emails come through about it. Oh, thanks for being a member for 11 months, Danny. And Danny says he wants to see what he did to her one more time. Oh yeah, I definitely that's a component. Yeah, Mr. J is wonderful. He's wonderful. Maybe Mr. J in the day of trial will stand up and say, we're going to offer them this right here, like he did Sarah. You know? Yeah, it gets very complicated with the parents and stuff like that. Because, I forget what you already passed by, but somebody just made a comment about supporting your kid and all that, whatever. 100%. I mean, that's just when it's especially your child. it's just different. You know, I don't know. I don't have kids, so I can't 100% say myself, obviously, but I can appreciate how a parent would be like, I don't like what my kid did, A, B, or C. This is terrible, but like, this is my child. Yeah, Lillian says the parents will be there for their own closure. I know, right? I need to look into the Shonda thing about her asking for a new trial. That's another one. I was like, really? Are we going to see that again? That was another one that after the fact, when the phone calls came out, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, right? Now, for people who are asking, who are for you dial out or whatever, however you say it, dial out, tune out, however you say it. Yes, we will be streaming the trial next week. Remind me again, correct me if I'm wrong. Jury selection starts the 22nd. That's not going to be streamed. Then the 25th, the trial is, we're going to start the 25th. So let's look at the calendar right here. Please hold. Your call is important to me. Okay. So if opening statements are the 25th, then that's Friday. How long do we think it'll really go, right? Didn't they say a few days? Oh, thank you, Chrissy. A member for, pardon me, 16 months. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're doing better. Pardon me. Hold on one second, y'all. Let me grab something to drink. I got the hiccups. Okay, sorry. So yeah, but we're gonna stream. Pardon me. Yeah, we're gonna stream the trial. Start next week, 25th, whenever they start or whatever, and we'll just kind of go from there. Again, I don't think it's gonna really take that long. I just, oh, Matt, you've been a member for 16 months too. You're twinning with Chrissy. Woo, 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 woo. Now, also for people who are just joining or haven't known or whatever, the numbers that you're seeing next to people's names. So YouTube started doing a leadership board. So wherever you like, I don't know how you say it. Oh, hey, Paola, I hope you're doing well. Just had major surgery in a hospital. Oh no, I hope you're doing better. But that's what the little crown next to people's name is, and it changes each live stream. So it's like you can get, so right now Tux is at number 1, it says. And then if you click 1, it shows. So Down Under, Sweets is number 3. We got Emily pulling up in the 4th. Emily was number 1 earlier, so it just fluctuates throughout the thing. Nightbot's coming in strong at number 5. Y'all better watch out. Nightbot's coming for this number 1 spot. Okay, Nightbot's not playing. Nightbot's serious. Yeah, earlier in the YouTube comments, it wouldn't let me say Zap for a while. And I just deducted it. When I was saying Zap, it would not let me put it up. But it'll let y'all do it. And it had hit me already where it was like, this is spam. But I said something like, I used the word belt. Like, I think talking about, I don't know, Zap belt or something like that. And it was like, it didn't like belt. They didn't like Zap. Then like, there's certain words that I think it triggers YouTube to say it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like thinking like belt, Zap, like things like that. Don't ask me why, but it lets everybody else do it. Hold on. Yeah, Nightbot's going to take over the job. It's going to be like one of those horror films. Don't say zap. That sounds like a horror movie. Don't say zap. I know what you zapped last summer. Oh, yeah, you know what, Brenda? Maybe I'll stream it from home. This would be a one to stream from home with the dogs, right? Because this is the ones with little kids are just, I mean, I know that, well, I mean, Matt, she's 13. I know she was like a tiny little kid, but 13 is a little kid, right? It's so, I just always go to Harmony and Montgomery when I think of these. They're so hard to watch. So hard to watch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Nightbot goes rogue occasionally. Yeah, the Harmony case, heartbreaking. Now you know that not the mother, the stepmother, his girlfriend, she's out. Yeah, and Evelyn. I can't remember when her new. Let's see when that is. What's her name again? Megan. They've rescheduled it. Boswell sentencing. It was May 22nd, but that was checked because we went and it didn't happen. Hold on. I don't know when it's gonna be. That's gotten all messed up now. Thanks, Peachy. Peachy says, "Why Nightbot when most of the lives are during the day?" We should get. Yeah, we should have a daybot one. And there's another thing going on next week that I was like, "Oh, I want to stream this." What is it? Is it Lori Is Lori sentencing next week? Let me look at my phone. I could look at my calendar. Imagine that. Hold on. Please hold. My name is Paul. Please hold. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? When it rains, it pours. The 25th is all sorts of evil. So let's put in the Stearns trial. So we'll have to figure out how to do this. Because what we could do is we could do, because you know I want to watch both of them, right? I could do like a rewatch like this one right here with Lori sentencing. Because they do opening statements on Stearns, please. Like I want to see that, like when it happens. You know what I'm saying? Lori and her absurdities, her UTI, and all the nonsense. I can't with her. She's gonna keep doing interviews. She can't stand that the attention's like drying up, right? After the 25th, and I'm saying she's gone, right? Because the families are the victims and they're all going to have to deal with that the rest of their lives, right? But as much attention as she's gotten, that's the best thing. They go, okay, this chair, you know, this chair. It does the thing where it tips backwards and it just gives enough to make you feel like you're falling. Oh my gosh, it's going to give me a panic attack. That is so funny. Yeah, Kimberly says she'll appeal every case she's been to. Yeah, 100%. Diddy's in October. I mean, it's just strange little year. But again, I'm very curious to see if we get to the 25th with a trial for Stephan Stearns. Point blank, period. Now, also for members and Patreons, Saturday morning at 9, we're going to do the book chat. And then that's it. And I think we're going to do the Brian Koberger book that came out for next month. Oh yeah, did he? Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna fully say he got away with it, but I mean, yeah, right. I would be so nervous if I was the people that testified. Hold on. Yeah, when's Brian? That's the other one. When's Brian? If it's in the 25th, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. I'm overstimulated. I'm done. I said, hey now, hey now. Okay. Hold on. July 23rd. Hold on. Please hold. Your call is important to me. Please hold. Already got it in there. Okay. Where y'all go? Where y'all go? Okay. There you go. So next week is very busy. Very busy. We'll be streaming Brian Koberger on the 23rd. Stephan possibly on the 25th. If not him, then Lori. Or Stephan on the 25th, and then maybe we'll do a rewatch of Lori. I would like to see that night, but probably not for me. I mean, y'all can watch, obviously, do whatever, but I'll do like a restream, maybe that Sunday evening or something like that. So we'll see. Oh, that's right. Thank you. Mama Rex says Brian K is the 23rd, possibly the 24th as well. See, there you go. So I'm going to run so I can go grab some dinner and then go to bed. Thank you, mods, for being here, for hanging out, for making it happen, for keeping the cushions fluffed. Thank you, Sofa Squad, for hanging out, watching this with me and getting through it. And like I said, we'll reconvene next week on all this stuff here. That's kind of it. So I love y'all. We're going to listen to Slow Morrison song as we leave the Sofa Squad again. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will talk to you all very soon.
The pillows are fluff thanks to Miss Emily. The couch is wide enough. Join the family. It's all love while we laugh at Perp's criminalities. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup at hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Ooh, oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credential stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup and hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough. Oh, please, the puppies need me. Oh, please, my body is rejecting none of that fancy credentialed stuff. I'm just here for the cringe binge. Hey, 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 welcome to the Sofa Squad. Sipping from the cup that hey, hey, hey. Come laugh with the Sofa Squad. Can't roll my damn eyes hard enough.